Captain by a hook with a red beard. Captain by a hook with a red beard.
Wish I had a DJ. Just keep it playing. Keep it running, DJ. Play the song the whole episode. Yeah, just keep it going, DJ. It's Monday, baby. Down here in the dirty, it's a Lundi Gras. Monday before Mardi Gras, Fat Tuesday. It is February 20th. This is the 71st episode of Captain by a Hook with the red beard, Rowan Donaghy, aka Rowan Dives, going live on a beautiful Monday. Can't lie to you. Fabulous Monday. I have a pretty jam-packed week for you guys. I have the whole week already scheduled, Monday through Friday. Today I will touch on a little bit of baseball. I think I'm gonna touch on 3 things of baseball every Monday and Wednesday until after the madness, and then this show is going to transition to strictly baseball and gambling for the next 6 months throughout the season. Also want to touch on a few, and I do mean a few, big things that happened in college hoops over the weekend. Alarm just went off. Hit snooze 1, 3, 7 too many times this morning. Some point this week, I am going to touch on the NBA. Now that the boring half of the season is over with, now that the worst All-Star game ever invented was played last night. I mean, despicable. Kobe Bryant was turning in his grave. Anyway, I will touch on the NBA sometimes this week. They come back Thursday. That's when I plan to talk about NBA, the second half of the season. Thursday morning, get in the groove, get ready to attack some lines, some futures, some props. Jump into the NBA betting market a lot more heavily here on Captain by a Hook throughout the finals. College hoops, though. I want to touch on Purdue and a couple problems I've seen with them. I also want to touch on North Carolina for maybe sadly, the last time this season I will have a chance to talk about the University of North Carolina. It's a shame. Embarrassing. You almost feel bad for the kids. Kansas, looking good. Looking great. Kansas, man, after me kind of doubting them all season, I still thought they were a top 5 team. A lot of close wins in November and December. A few shaky performances in January. However, throughout February, they have been Kansas, man. One of the best teams in the nation. They showed it on Saturday with how they dominated against Baylor, who honestly I thought was live to win that game. I thought Baylor was the more cohesive group. I thought Baylor was on fire coming into this game, winning 9 out of 10. But Kansas said, we're still the king of this thing called the Big 12. I said, all right, go ahead, Kansas. In North Carolina, man, you got 3 players that are arguably 3 of the best in the country at their position. Bacot, Davis, Love. Some pretty good role players, man. I mean, Nance's little brother and Cam Johnson's little brother, they not trash. I don't know what the heck is going on. It's like they just don't want to play defense. That seems to be the problem. I mean, they losing every game, giving up 80, 90 points. Play some defense, bruh. We all know y'all can score. Y'all have shown that y'all can score. You don't go on runs playing offense, man. You don't win 11 straight playing offense. I feel like they're just trying to shoot the lights out of everybody, man. Purdue, um, one of the best teams in the nation this season behind Zach Edey and his amazing, and I do mean amazing, performance. However, on a tough little stretch right now. I think they're on my bad, I'm out of coffee. The quick get me up is gone. I went to 2 stores this weekend and forgot about it through all the Mardi Gras festivities. I've been partying, boy. You can tell by my eyes. Been a little turned. Purdue. The one thing I have noticed that teams can take advantage of against them once madness comes, they're pretty bad against pressure. They got a few freshman guards. They're pretty bad against the pressure. I don't know why. And I mean, it's not like this is a normal thing I'm about to say. But I don't know why. If they're getting pressured like they've been getting pressured, they don't have Zach Edey on the other end at the free throw line. Dunk it in. You get into trouble, just throw that thing up as high as you can to the paint. Let Zach Edey just boop, dunk it. I don't know. Once you make them bring 2 people down there to guard Edey full court, they can't pressure you with 3 like they can with 4. You just got to do it a few times before they realize, okay, let's just get the hell back on defense, because these boys are killing us over the top with this long pass to Edey. But again, who am I? I probably will not wake up until I get some coffee in my life, so apologize deeply. All right. There will be tons more college hoops talk this week. Of course, coverage and content is just going to amp up every day pretty much until madness, which I will touch on in a minute. Woo-wee! Literally like 20 days, bro. 20 days till they come out with the bracket to the tournament. 3 or 4 games left in the regular season before conference tournaments get underway. Let's jump over to some baseball. I'm gonna do 3 questions I want to answer. I want to do 3 questions for baseball. 3 things I will be watching for this season. I'm gonna do it today. I'm gonna do it Wednesday. Probably do it every Monday and Wednesday. Before this, Mondays was dedicated to breaking down conferences in college hoops. But I think we're at a point now where we get it. Next Monday, I might touch on it because there's only... next Monday, it'll be the last week, and then we go into championship week. So, next Monday, I might touch on it a little bit. However, most of these conferences are set in stone. Who's going to win them right now? Like I said, only 3 or 4 games left. There are a few conferences where it's 1 or 2 games. It may be him, maybe them. But it's not like every team still has a chance to make a run at these conference championships, regular season championships. Of course, the conference tournaments, it's anybody's game. It's anybody's game. Baseball, though. I just looked up something for Wednesday's show. I guess I could switch it up if I want to, but I'm not. The 3 things I'm looking at, and I'm going to go through like the biggest things first. We can break down all the small stuff as we get closer to the season. As I see some things through spring training to kind of pick and point and nitpick at these teams playing. But you're listening to Captain by a Hook with the red beard, Rowan Donaghy, a.k.a. Rowan Dives. What I want to talk about first I'm going to go ahead and talk about three of the biggest markets, three of the biggest teams. Dodgers, baby. What the heck is going on with the Dodgers? Not what the heck. Will the Dodgers dominate their division again this season? You have the Padres, who beefed up their lineup, and I mean beefed it up. You got Machado, you got Tatis, you got Soto, you got Bogarts. Mm-mm-mm. There's a few other above average players in that lineup. As far as pitching goes with the Padres, let me just get off of the screen I was on. Should have started with that. However, I had the Dodgers lineup up. You got Soto, Machado, Bogarts, Cronenworth, Nelson Cruz is a great pickup for DH for them. Matt Carpenter playing the outfield a little bit. You got some hitters, man. Moving down to the pitchers, Yu Darvish, Joe Musgrove, Blake Snell, Michael Wacha, Seth Lugo, Nick Martinez. I think this is going to be their downfall. A few good pitchers, no great pitchers. All of these pitchers would be a B at the highest. I mean, even looking at their last season records, none of these pitchers really dominated in a way that you need to dominate to go ahead and attack the Dodgers, man. You got 12 and 9, 12 and 9, 11 and 8, 7 and 8, and then 6 and 7 and 6 and 6. You need you one ace, man. You need you one guy that's out there giving you 18 and 5, 17 and 7, you know? So until they get that one ace, which I'm sure they could, but maybe not. I don't know who has, I don't know what kind of money they got after they paying everybody. And then you got Manny Machado, who, as of yesterday, asking for $400 million after they already gave the man $350 million. What's $50 million, man? What's a king to a god, bro? Like, what's $50 million to a man making $350 over the next 10? Part of me's like, dude, we getting a little too greedy, bro. Go win some championships, bro. Then you won't even worry about the $50 million. You're going to have rings. You're going to have endorsements. Everybody's going to be happy. And the other part of me is like, y'all probably won't ever win a championship. So go ahead and get your money, man. Do your thing, 21. Manny Machado, I don't know. You already got Tatis and Soto asking for $500 million. You're not a young buck anymore. You're not a little spry chicken running around producing. You are producing, but you're not like the future of nothing. You're the present, and you're getting closer to the end more than coming into your prime. I think you're in your prime right now, but I think you're closer to the end than the beginning. You also have teams, the Giants, of course. They're a sneaky, you never know what you never know type team. They will definitely be there. They will definitely be competing. They, on the other hand, are they have the opposite problem of the Padres. They got pitching galore and hardly any hitters. You got Yaz coming back, Estrada coming back. Mitch Haniger is a great pickup for them. Jack Peterson still doing his thing. He's streaky at best. David Villar, you can't hate him. Brandon Crawford, late night Lamont Wade, and Joey Bart. All of these names are like, they could be one of the hottest hitters in the league for a month and then one of the coldest hitters in the league for the month. They also picked up Michael Conforto. I didn't even know he was still playing. I almost bought his Mets jersey from a thrift store about a month ago. But this is where they are, where they need to be. You're talking Logan Webb, Alex Cobb, Sean Manaea, and Ross Stripling, and Alex Wood. You're talking 5 pitchers who, on any given day, can shut some players down. I don't know what this Giants team's going to be. They can be around 500, or they can be 100 games winning or 100 games losing. This team can go anywhere. This division though, I'm just trying to figure out, will the Dodgers dominate? I don't think the Rockies are anything to worry about. However, they have made some moves. I will touch on that in a second before I get to the young Bucks, who I'm really excited about. Chris Bryant still with the Rockies. C.J. Cron, Charlie Blackmon, the forever producing Charlie Blackmon. Uh, I don't even know these other guys. Brendan Rodgers, Sean Bouchard, pitching. Jermaine Marquez, Kyle Freeland, Jose Urena, Austin Gomber. Yeah, this team is a 40-50 win team right here, man, on paper. I don't see the Rockies being a problem. Let's touch on these young Bucks, the Diamondbacks. Arizona Diamondbacks. I don't know if they'll have a run at the top of the division, but I think they'll be in second place in this division come the end of the season. I think they have that kind of talent. I love the Padres. I love the players on the Padres. It's just something about that yellow and a brown. Bet against them. And I don't mean day-to-day bet against them. I mean, they're going to have a 2-month stretch where they can barely get a win. And I think they fall to third in this division with about 91 wins. I think somehow, some way, this Arizona Diamondbacks team gets to 95 wins and gets into the wild card, being about 7-8 games back from the Dodgers. But let's see. You got Corbin Carroll. Monster. Played a little 2 months in the majors last year. Can he continue it? You know how it goes. Now they know you, bro. You came up last year as a young buck. You ain't look like you could do nothing. They wasn't really worried about you. They wasn't worried about the Diamondbacks. You produced, but can you come back and do it consistently for a full season and lead this team from the leadoff spot how everybody's expecting you to lead this team from the leadoff spot? The one thing that does worry me, and it doesn't worry me much, but 147 strikeouts in his 2 months in the big leagues, only 49 walks. Which again, it don't worry me at all. He had 252, slugging 440, OPS 775, 16 homers, 71 runs, and 489 plate appearances. Also getting 63 ribeyes and 16 steals. Jake McCarthy, also a young buck that is doing amazing things. He had a little more time in the majors. He got to steal 30 bags, but still only had 62 RBIs compared to Carroll's 63 and 12 homers. Carroll did what Jake did in 4 months and 2 months. So definitely some reasons to be excited around Corbin Carroll. You got Corbin Carroll, Ketel Marte, who one of the most underrated second basemen at the plate in this league. Jake McCarthy, one of my favorite up-and-coming players. Christian Walker, who I think is a little overrated, but everybody seems to love him. So I can't hate that. If you love him, I love that for you. Christian Walker at the first base spot. I think this is the season he needs to become that anchor. Yeah, last year he gave him 26 bombs and led the team in home runs. Let's get to 33. Let's get to 33. I don't want 30. I want 33. Josh Rojas. I don't know why he's at third base. This is just took all the what's it called? Took all the this website I'm using for projecting lineups, just lost all credibility. Third base would definitely be Evan Longoria. Get Josh Rojas the heck off of this list. Evan Longoria, who is the reason him and Gurriel Jr. are the reasons I'm so excited about this Diamondbacks team. Yes, I love Alex Thomas, Carson Kelly, Corbin Carroll, Jake McCarthy, Ketel Marte, and Christian Walker. However, without the veterans to come in and really show them how to win, and the veterans I'm talking about is Evan Longoria and Gurriel Jr. I think they bring something to this team dynamic. When the kid is having a rough day, it's like, hey, don't worry about it, man. Here go my secret sauce. Go put it on some chicken wings. come back tomorrow. You'll be all right. Hey, man, just sleep it off. Don't worry about it. We on to tomorrow. I think Young Bucks need that more than you think. But this is why I'm so excited about the Diamondbacks. As much as I love their lineup, their pitching rotation. Zach Gallen, we all know what he did last season. Literally broke a franchise record for a scoreless inning streak lasting about 6 weeks. 40 something innings over about 10, 11 games. Then Merrill Kelly, who's always like this close to becoming the best pitcher in the league. He does it for 3-4 months out the season. If he can get those other 2 months with it, he's going to go pitch in the World Baseball Classic. I don't know if that's going to give him some juice or wear him out. We'll have to see how he comes out the beginning of the season. I think Bumgarner, even though he's not where he used to be, still a solid third starter. I think he'll get bumped back to fourth and fifth once this kid, Ryan Nelson, they got a kid, Tommy Henry, Dre Jameson. They got some pitchers that can easily step into this lineup. And I think once they get their feet under them and become their own, will be dominating. They all started 1 or 2 games last season. Lord have mercy. Whew. Last season in the Big East. Big East. What the hell am I talking about? They all started 1 or 2 games last year in the big leagues and dominated. Truly that dominated. Now, let's finally get to these Dodgers, the team that I asked the question about. Will they dominate this division? Now that I'm looking at the time and how long it takes me to do one question, I was going to do 3 a day. I'm probably going to do 1 a day. I got 6 written down, 3 for today, 3 for Wednesday. What's that? That's about 2 weeks worth of baseball content. And then once we get into spring training, which I know it starts this week, but next week I'll start being able to ask more and more questions. I might not do a long ass answer. That could be another thing. Don't do long ass answers, and you'll be able to get through 3 or 4 of these a day. Cause I wanted to talk about the Mets and about Aaron Judge today also, but I'll probably just do 1 of these a day. I could talk about Aaron Judge real briefly in the morning tomorrow before I jump into college basketball top 10 and the bracket breakdown of 6 more teams and Super Tuesday's picks. So I'm just going to wrap this Dodgers thing up, jump back to some college hoops talk. Dodgers, man, they get rid of Justin Turner, get rid of Cody Bellinger. They're going new. They're going young. They brought in JD Martinez, who was an older cat, contradicting exactly what I just said. But they're giving Will Smith, who deserves it, the Burnett catcher now, full time. I know he's still not going to start every single game, but he's going to start more games than he's been starting. Max Muncy moving over to third base to take Justin Turner's spot. I think that'll work out pretty well. I love JT though. I think he was the heart and soul of this team, honestly. But you got players like Gavin Lux, Tracy Thompson. Those 2 young cats, I think, is really going to count on them. Because you know Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts at the top of the lineup, and JD Martinez in the middle of the lineup is going to produce. They also picked up a veteran outfielder, David Peralta, who last season for the Diamondbacks was playing out of this world, above average for sure. So they rounded this team off pretty well. And we all know about the Dodgers pitching. Kershaw coming back. He wants another one. Julio Urias, who is one of the best. Still got your boy Walker Buehler. I don't think he's going to start until maybe a month or 2 into the season. But then you got Tony Gonsolin, who last season, the breakers don't really show it, but if y'all remember last season for about 90 days, 3-month stretch, he was the most dominant pitcher once Walker Buehler went down. They picked up a guy that everybody knows as the Thor, Noah Syndergaard. Man, what happened to him? I remember him coming up with the Mets, and it was like, whoo, he might be better than DeGrom, who DeGrom is trash. Don't tell nobody I said it. DeGrom is trash. Worst player I've ever seen in the league. Most overhyped player. I'm not saying he's trash. Most overhyped player, man. I begged and begged. I got on my knees and I said, New York Mets, please, please, we can win multiple championships, New York Mets, if you just trade Jacob DeGrom. You can get a haul. You can get whatever you want for this kid. He's not worth it. Oh, we're gonna stand by him. He's our guy. He gives us a solid 7 games a year, and we need those 7 games from him. Just for him to go to the damn Rangers. Can't stand Jacob DeGrom, bruh. They also have Dustin May, the redhead killer. So they're gonna be just fine pitching wise. They're gonna win a lot of games 4-2, 3-1, which ain't nothing wrong with that. But I also see this offense putting up some runs, man. I think Mookie, he didn't have a bad year last year, but I think he has an amazing year this year. I mean, last year he still hit 271, 30 bombs, 85 ribeyes, slugged 504, OPS 857, 66 walks to 100 Ks. Like, I mean, that's amazing. And he can do even better this year. I think this Dodgers team, I don't think they dominate, but I think they do win the division by about 7 games. You're listening to Captain by a Hook with the red beard, Rowan Donaghy, a.k.a. Rowan Dives. I wanted to touch on this. I'm going to do this as quick as possible before I give you my bets tonight. Forgot my girlfriend was making rice. I was like, it smells like full dinner in this thing. It's 7:30 in the morning. About to throw some beans on in a minute. Let them things cook all day. She is making this rice a little early, but that's my baby. And I love her. All right. This is what we're going to talk about. I got a little bit. All right. They updated it 3 days ago. That was Friday. I want to talk about some teams that need to finish this season strong, man. I want to put an emphasis on the fact that this regular season is coming to an end. Really a week and a half from now. I'm sorry, I should have had all this pulled up. You know what I did? I fooled myself. I wrote down everything I wanted to talk about for the whole week. So I got everything separated. I usually do it day by day, but today I'm doing it for the whole week. So I woke up like I got everything ready already. But I realized just because I write down what I want to talk about, I still got to gather data, look up some things, some specifics. Hit you with the white woman. So you need to pick up some specifics of exactly what I want to talk about. So, let's check this out here. I'm trying to figure this out, the best way to figure this out. All right, so yeah, Kansas has 4 games left. So I'm just going to say every team has 3 to 4 games left. It's about 2 weeks of a schedule. 2 more Super Saturdays before we go into championship week. And I know, it's crazy. Each team has 1 more weekend, 2 more weekend games, 2 more weekday games, and the season's over with. So, with that being said, Tulane, man, the Green Wave, winners of 5 in a row. Let's finish strong. I have 3 things, not 3 things. Teams that need to buckle down, finish strong, and need good conference tournament runs. Tulane is one of those teams. The Green Wave. Also, right with them is Memphis. Memphis and Tulane. I think Memphis is already in the tournament, which is why it burrows my buttons because Tulane has a better conference record than them. Tulane has about the same overall record as them. Tulane's on a 5-game winning streak. I hope Tulane buckles down, finishes strong, and does a great conference tourney run. If Tulane could win 3 out of their last 4 and then get to the final 4 of the conference tournament and maybe lose to Memphis or Houston only, beat everybody else. Give me the green wave in the tournament, man. I'm begging for it. I'm screaming. I'm howling for it. Just stick to some bigger teams. Virginia, baby. Half-game lead in the ACC. Miami, winners of 6 straight, right on their tail. However, that's just some conference talk. Moving down here, I think Duke's going to be in the tournament regardless. But Wake Forest and Syracuse, 2 teams in the ACC. I've given up on North Carolina, even though they might, I don't know. I know they still got a chance because it's North Carolina. Even with Syracuse being a game above them in the ACC, I think North Carolina has a better chance of making the tournament just because of the bias of BS that we deal with. Ding! Syracuse and Wake Forest, man, both of these teams need to literally win out, and the same thing. They need to end up in the last 4 teams in the ACC conference tournament to make it. I can see one of them doing it. Maybe all 3 of these teams, North Carolina. I mean, North Carolina wins out and wins and even goes to the final 4 of the ACC tournament. The board is going to be like, well, they're good enough to me. Put them in there. But I'm hoping Syracuse or Wake Forest can sneak in there. Mama, cover your ears. Over North Carolina. I don't think North Carolina deserves it this season. It's heartbreaking. My mother's favorite team. But they need to buckle down, finish strong, go on a nice conference tournament run. In the Big 12, you got Kansas and Texas tied for the top of Big 12. Baylor, a game behind them. Kansas State, Iowa State, TCU. This is the barn burner question. Can Oklahoma State or West Virginia get on a run and get into this thing? I mean, both of these teams, actually, Oklahoma State and West Virginia play tonight. So the winner of that game will have a leg up on, maybe. But I mean, West Virginia is 4-10 in Big 12. At least Oklahoma State is 7-7 in Big 12. So I don't know, but those are another 2 teams that I would love to see make a run for it. Oklahoma State and West Virginia. I'd rather see B Hug and West Virginia. That's my dog, Bobby Huggins. I just watched his 1997 Cincinnati run to the final, not the final 4, through the tournament. I watched their first round game where they almost lost in heartbreaking fashion. I forget who it was who hit the clutch 3 against Northern Arizona. The Lumberjacks. Big East, man. You got Marquetta. You got Xavier. You got Providence. You got Creighton. You got UConn. I think that's about it. All of them are already guaranteed to make it in. I don't think anybody else sneaks up in it. Hopefully Marquette can hold on to this Big East lead that they have. It's only a game. I should have I don't know. I got Marquette, Providence as my 2 long shots. Xavier, I wouldn't be mad if they won the tournament. I mean, the conference. I have them at a much smaller number than Marquette and Providence. It's crazy. Creighton, Providence, and Xavier is all 12-4 in conference play. Marquette with a 1-game lead over them. See what happens in the final 3 in that division. Eastern Washington, baby. If I didn't talk about them yet, which I think I did on Thursday. Yeah, I definitely talked about them on Thursday. 15-0 in the conference, winners of 17 straight. They just need to keep doing what they doing. UNC Asheville 14-2, winners of 4 straight. Now, the Big Ten, baby. You got Purdue's, the Northwesterners, Indiana, I guess Maryland, Iowa, Rutgers, Michigan State, I guess you got to put Michigan in there, right? I don't know, man. This conference is all over the place. You got teams that I don't think gonna make the tournament with better Big East records. I mean Big Ten records than teams that are gonna make the tournament. Like Michigan State 16-10, 8-7. You got Michigan who's right now not gonna make it. 9-7, 15-12. I don't know. I would love to see Michigan, man. Maybe even I guess Illinois is gonna make the tournament regardless. I guess it's just Michigan, man. I'd love to see Michigan just finish strong, bro. Get into this tournament, man. As much as I talk trash about Juwan needs to be fired, Howard, new nickname alert. As much as I talk about Juwan, uh, don't know what the hell he doing at the head coaching job, Howard. I'd love to see Hunter Dickinson and these little young guards go on a run through the tournament. I think they deserve it, even though I don't think they deserve it. It's a weird one. I want to see him in that off for sure. Like I said, Charleston trying to get back on top of their division. Conference USA, Florida Atlantic finally took a loss after their amazing start to the season. You got Florida Atlantic and North Texas and UAB. And even Middle Tennessee. You got some teams in this little small Conference USA that I would love to see in the tournament. Hopefully some of them, more than one or two of them get in there. Hopefully maybe three. I don't think they're getting four in there. You got Kent State, Toledo, and Akron and Ball State. All Toledo winners of 11 straight. Who knew? Nobody talks about them. Toledo won 11 straight, 12-2 in the conference. You got Howard at 9-1 in the conference, winners of 9 straight, with Norfolk State right behind them, winners of 6 straight. I'm sorry I dragged this on. I knew I would. I shouldn't have started. Mount West, one of my favorite conferences to watch. I think you get 4 teams in, but I think only 3 really make it in. I know that don't make no sense. I think out of New Mexico and Utah State, both of these teams need to do something. They need to finish strong, go on a run in the conference tournament, and buckle down. Utah State and New Mexico. I know it sounds redundant, but that's literally what this whole segment is about. Teams that need to buckle down, finish strong, and go on a tournament. Utah State and New Mexico. I think Nevada, Boise State, and San Diego State are safe. Could be wrong about all 3 of those. Pac-12, baby. You got a 1-game lead by UCLA, the mighty Bruins, with Arizona right behind them and 2 games back behind them, USC. Arizona State, man. It's like they win 3, lose 3, win 2, lose 2, win 1, lose 1. I need Arizona State, the Sun Devils. I need them to finish strong, buckle down, go on a nice Pac-12 tournament run. I would love to see a Bobby Hurley in those Sun Devils. Same thing goes for Utah and Oregon, man. I want 2 of these 3 teams to get up in the tournament. I think Utah deserves it. It kind of fell apart lately, but they started off the season really, really hot. Them and Arizona State, man, were one of the, Arizona State was second in this conference 4 weeks ago. I would love to see those 2 teams get back in it somehow. Over in the SE, Sizzle, Uno, Dos, Tres, Kentucky. Everybody's worried about Kentucky. I think they'll be fine. Auburn. Nobody's worried about Auburn, but I think some people need to be worried about Auburn. I think that's about as deep as this SEC conference goes. I know people want to see Missouri, Arkansas, and Vanderbilt in the tournament. Not really Vanderbilt, but they want to see Missouri and Arkansas. I think they're pretty safe. However, they are going the wrong direction. Even Mississippi State, wrong direction. All of these teams was a lock to make it 2 weeks ago, and now they're just kind of treading, floating lightly. 18-9, 19-8 range. All about 500 in SEC play. I need them to finish strong, buckle down, and make a nice tournament run. Oral Roberts, still 16-0, winners of 12 straight, 16-0 in conference play. Oral Roberts, still the team that I'm going to put so much into and lose in the first round. Ding! Nah, they might get to the sweep. I got them going to the Elite Eight, Final Four, baby. Let's go. Oral. I just keep hyping myself up on even more. The Raging Cajuns. They lost one in a row. Let's get the Raging Cajuns of Louisiana Lafayette. I would love, nothing would make me happier than to see them in Tulane represent the state of Louisiana while LSU is taking a hiatus from playing good basketball. I think that's the end of it. You got St. Mary's and Zaga, maybe Santa Clara. It would be nice to see some refreshing names. Santa Clara at 21-8. I don't see why they shouldn't be considered. With all that being said, you're listening to Captain by a Hook with the red beard. It's Rowan Donaghy, aka Rowan Dives. Let me jump into this Monday night slate. I got 3 bets for you guys. I'll give you 2. Let my man Franklin Earl give you the latter. It is Oklahoma State taking on West Virginia. Give me Oklahoma State +5. Thought about this game long and hard. I'm not going to do a body part joke at 7:45 in the morning. Disgust me. I don't know, man. I love Bob Huggins. I love West Virginia. I think 5 is just a little too big. I think it should be 2.5 on this game. Give me Oklahoma State strictly because the number is over 3. Give me Oklahoma State +5. This one I'm a little nervous about. However, I think it covers easily this next one, not the Oklahoma State one. A little nervous about that one, but I like the +5. Like I said, I think it should be +2. But this next one, Minnesota and Illinois. Some Big Ten basketball, baby. Give me the over. I hate betting Big Ten overs, especially if my man DJ is on the court. Give me over a 135 in the hook. However, I think Illinois just kind of runs away with it and gets to 80, 85 points on their own, which means I would only need 60 from Minnesota. So, you give me the over 135 and a hook, baby, on Minnesota, Illinois, and Oklahoma State +5. Now I need somebody, anybody, to hit me with the horns. Franklin. Oh, always early. I had it like the first 3 months. Perfect. And then I just been off with my timing. But it's Franklin Earl, the Beard, the Winnington. Franklin Earl Beard Winnington here with your best, and I do mean best, bet of the day. Maybe I'm a crackhead, maybe I'm crazy, maybe I don't know what the heck is going on. Give me Kansas money line +114. They should be favored by 7 in this game. Kansas is on an up or rising streak, balling out of control. I know TCU's getting their guy back. He came back Saturday, played good, pretty decent. But give me Kansas, man. I think Kansas wins out. I think they win the Big 12 regular season and the conference tournament, and I think they hit the tournament rolling. Last week on Friday, literally 3 days ago, my man JCP asked me who I got winning the whole thing. I did not say Kansas. Guess what I'm saying when he asked me this week? The Jayhawks have just like that become my favorite team in the country. So the fact I can get them tonight at plus money, finger licking good. Give me Kansas on the money line as my best bet of the day. I got it at +114. Don't know why the number's going the way it's going, but it is going opposite. So give me Kansas, man, on the money line. You can take the +2 if you want, but I think Kansas wins this game by 20, at least 17. So that's how it is. It's Captain by a Hook, February 20th, a beautiful Monday morning. Please take all wagers at your own risk, and please gamble responsibly. Dives.